Hello there, my name's Terry. I'm just giving the cards a shuffle. Let's see which comes out today. This is for your guidance. If you need clarity on anything. Right. What's with this one here? Awakening. Right, okay. I mean, you might... awakening. So what is literally awakening? Okay. This is... What they're showing me is like labels, all right? Everything seems to have a label for something, doesn't it? And that's literally what it is. Every word is just that. It's a word. And like you've got love, you've got respect, you've got joy, you've got relationship, worth, freedom. Literally, they are literally just words. Everything is a word. Awakening, that is a word. And every word that is there is how you perceive that word to be. And it could have lots of different meanings, right? But it's always the meaning that you give to something with each word, right? And what it means to you by the pictures that you paint in your head, by how things actually make you feel with what is going on in and around you. And from that place, if you can understand that. And also, like, nowadays, like, people like to label things, like with kids, don't they? They got like this wrong with them, or they got like ADHD or autism, or, you know, like people do have those things, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, they're saying to me, people are quick to judge. Things are a little bit different nowadays, you know, like kids are kids, they're naughty, they're inquisitive, they have their own minds. And what I'm being shown from this is some kids are labelled with a label just because they're doing things that they shouldn't be doing, maybe, or maybe they're just a little bit overactive, or maybe they've got like such an intelligent mind that they're bored, and they get bored, and they just like, they want to know things, they want to learn things, and they don't know how to cope and deal with things because they don't know how to speak about it. They don't know they don't know emotions as like we do as adults, so they don't understand. And if they're not getting their needs met by what they're feeling inside, it can they can feel frustrated, they can have tantrums, they can, because that is their way of getting some attention from an adult, from a teacher, from a parent, and or even from, or if you take someone to a younger person to the doctors and you think, well, they're just not behaving, or they're too overactive. They're saying to me, like, pay attention to what you're feeding them as well. And what I mean by that is, like, feeding is just a word also as well. What you're feeding and what they're observing. What are they picking up on from you, from how you're feeling? Because they could, if you're going through a difficult time as a parent or a teacher or a sibling, you know, that younger child could actually be picking up on what you're feeling, and they don't understand it. They don't know, they can't explain it. So try for themselves to try to explain it, they're gonna come across as naughty, or being destructive, or these sort of things. I said, I'm not a doctor, but this is what they're showing me. And, you know, like, and sometimes people don't actually realise that maybe you just need to let kids play a little bit more. Maybe you just need to just to be there, give them a little bit of a cuddle. Maybe that's what they need. Maybe they just don't need to be sat in front of a laptop or a phone or something, or the TV. Maybe, you know, like, just because to keep them occupied while you're doing something else. I don't mean this rude or anything like in any way at all. All right, but maybe, you know, like, that's what you need to do for yourself, you know, so you can go and get yourself ready or something. But nowadays, I mean, I haven't got kids, so I don't really know it in that way, but I work with children as well at the hospital, and, you know, like, you see these different things, and you just observe different things by how people are at certain times, because you just observe it all, and you never know what other people are faced with and what they're going through with their own selves. Maybe but children can pick up on it. So don't always be too hasty to judge, like if you're seeing something that doesn't always seem right or doesn't feel right when it comes from like a younger child or something like that. Because I said everything literally is a label, and nowadays people actually have to seem to want to put a label on something, but it's what matters to you most, and the meaning that you give it to for yourself counts more than anything else. And what I'm also being shown from this here is maybe limit the amount of time that people have on their phones, on their computers, and not limit the time. Just limit the time as well, and try to get them to do different things. Even if they're like a young child, give them a drum, give them something to bang instead. It doesn't have to cost a lot. Also, give them some saucepans to bang, because they could be fascinated with that. It's just something else, and sometimes maybe they just need a different distraction as well. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there for anybody that needs to see or hear it. And whatever you're doing today, have a wonderful day.